We were not kidding when we said by bodies of water that included toxic sewage.
Sewer fish. Yeah,
Although,
you got whitefish.
Yeah, if you could call a used condom that.
It's such a no-go.
Oh wait, no, you can, because whitefish is literally slang for that.
Yeah.
I just remembered Harvey Birdman.
See, I always think of Futurama, where he talks about going to Coney Island College. Go whitefish!
Oh.
It's not good.
Yeah, I wanted to be called Supervolt, but Aquaman insisted I be called Black Lightning. Well, why don't we just call you Whitefish? New friend. He's a janitor from Sin Space Engineering. Yeah, see, you know, maybe killing these horrible, horrible people is by extension, in a weird butterfly effect scenario, helping and benefiting the lives of the people below them.
I mean, I certainly wouldn't be suggesting that in a medium which would be going on the internet. But if anyone's interested, we meet under the bridge near Knox Street after 12:14 a.m. Password is 6 Semper Tyrannis.
I'll get my flight ticket. Our Vegos Meatoids holdings are still doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Like, total holdings in general. You know, we got, just fucking over 20K. And that's even with, like, the $1,000 fluctuations that are happening periodically.
Yep. It's even, like, amongst people who, well, not exactly speedrun, but quote-unquote expert players of the game, say that, you know, it's often a good idea if you're running low on money, just, you know, invest in a couple of key stocks and then leave the game for an hour and you will come back to more money than you know what to do with.
Yep.
And it works.
Oh yeah. And it's gonna work in a way that you're probably gonna look at and go, this works too well.
If it's what I think it is, then yeah.
Yeah. Alright, let's go. Get our trusty burst rifle. And what else do we want to take? I genuinely forget what I have as my second weapon. There we go. Can't say no to a good old shotgun.
Yeah, the shotgun, as you'll probably see in this stage, fires flechette rounds, which, as mentioned, are about the size of a crossbow bolt.
And this time, I actually remember to equip the fucking life sensor for this mission.
Oh, thank God, because this stage is near impossible without it your first time.
Yeah, you just never know what's around the corner. Chief of the Cult of Order PD. We are very bluntly describing what the police as an institution actually is now.
I'm not saying that might have any parallels with current conservative thinking, hashtag back the blue, but
yeah, it's not pretty.
It's not a good look, no matter how you slice it.
But therapeutic, if you're thinking about the idea of just, we're gonna shoot the shit out of some corrupt law enforcement.
I mean, that's my favorite kind of law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know what, I'm just not gonna finish that sentence.
Yeah. So here we are outside of the PD for the Cult of Order, which, calling it a cult, I think is very appropriate when you look at the outside, and this feels way more like a fucked up cathedral than a precinct building.
It is literally a giant cathedral.
This is a nightmare version of, like, a Thief level.
Yeah.
And half of, like, those user maps that you usually find for Thief, the ones that go all in on the undead creatures, are, like, they're already nightmare levels.
Yeah, this is, like, I have seen way too many Shalebridge Cradle maps, fan maps, that start off just like this.
Yeah.
I think we all have. Anyone that's even remotely familiar with Thief.
Everyone's a fan of Return to the Cathedral.
Yeah.
Me too, buddy. Me too. So the way like this mission is starting out, I'm kind of going things in like a very specific way, which I mean, no shit, that's how I've been doing it for the first 3 missions.
Yeah, just for a refreshing change of pace.
Yeah, but this is specific in a different way because, as you'll find, this really isn't for the purpose of getting us close to the targets to kill them. Because...
Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing there.
Because I really cannot preface enough, in all honesty, this is a legitimate difficulty spike in a game that is already extremely punishing to new players in its first few missions. Yeah, they all want to go home. It sucks being down here in the basement. It's fucking flooded and everything.
Yeah, this stage is where the game just stops giving a shit about balance or anything. Goes, okay, you think you're having fun? Fuck you.
It gives you a cruel reminder that, yes, we aren't just comprised of big open spaces for you to, like, get to the target by any means necessary. Now we're throwing you headfirst back into environments that are closed, confined, and still have quite a few ways to get to where you want to, but good luck internalizing it easily on the first pass.
Oh yeah, the map for this stage is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
And that's just the areas you can access now.
I mean, look at all these cops. Just the firing the bullet the first time was loud enough for my burst rifle that it alerted everyone just to swarm all over me.
Yeah, 57 enemies on this map.
Yep. And I even killed a civilian in the process unknowingly, but whatever. So, okay, that approach didn't work. We're gonna try a different way. Maybe a more blunt approach is more appropriate. Hey, guys. Oh.
So clearly they live as well.
Clearly they've seen the first Terminator.
That's John Wick.
Okay, so route number 2 is out of the question. What else do we got for, like, a possible entrance? Well, I try going this way before realizing, kind of once I get to, like, the end of this particular path, that it's not actually the best way to get in, because it's like, if there is a particular way to jump in, it's not without sustaining a lot of fall damage. Oh god, turn off the light, asshole!
Dude, high beams.
Dick. But yeah, as you can see, there's like no other like window that connects into the main building. Like, the idea is that if you wanted to be extra stylish, you could shoot out the manhole and then like jump into the hole from the roof. So, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, good luck doing that, by the way, because you will break your goddamn legs.
No, it's fine, because there's water at the bottom.
No, I mean aiming for the manhole.
Oh, right. Well, also, that didn't work.
God damn it.
Just, the fact that, like, your normal death sequence gives you a 5-second countdown before your body violently explodes is just salt in the wound.
Yeah,
like, yeah, I know, I fucked up. God damn it.
It is theoretically possible to complete a stage while in the death countdown.
That's true, but we're not going to do that for a while.
But then again, it's also... What the fuck?
Yeah, you have a dedicated button for committing suicide.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot.
There we are. Power and misery. Because we have wasted a total of $2,000 on the same level using the genetic recombiner, they have subjected us to a new genetic procedure that makes it so we don't need a machine to rebuild our body. It just does it automatically. Unfortunately, it's not enviable for anyone else.
Yeah, congratulations. You are in Pity Kitty zombie mode.
Zombie is the opt word for this.
Yep.
And remember that door? Remember that door that repulsed us in pharmacokinetics? It opens now. Hey, where's your face?
I think that thin line in through the middle is his mouth.
Oh god.
And there's like 2 small lines below what might charitably be described as his hairline that might be his eyes. Also,
yeah,
why do the walls remind me of Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Like,
But yeah,
it's
that
not just
dude,
me, right?
as we saw, behind the door, he also was inflicted with the power of misery. Like, what it means is that we are now on the easiest difficulty, we take less damage than we did on even Flesh Automaton, and we can eat corpses for health.
Yay.
But it's only one health point. And no, you cannot eat individual gibs.
No.
That would probably make it too practical, because they really do want to sell the idea that, yes, this is disgusting, and the fact that it's 1 health point per human consumed is probably done so that when you realize that you're doing this habitually now, you feel disgusted with yourself.
It's certainly one way of getting across the idea that life is cheap.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, life is completely worthless now. But you can usually get enough of a top-up that you can survive maybe another hit, if you're lucky. Like,
especially when it's on punishment mode, which I feel like... I want to say that, like, when you're playing through a level on punishment in Power and Misery, it's like you have... The damage, I think, I want to say it evens out to what it would be on Divine Light without punishment mode.
Also, that room is a complete fucker because it has killed me more than once.
Yeah, because it's a false floor surrounding the grenade launcher.
Yep.
And then there's also this room where if you, like, go inside and trigger it or break open the wall, there are 3 flower beasts.
Yep. This whole area is... The first time you will come through here, you will die repeatedly and not know what it is that killed you.
Yeah.
I speak from hard-earned experience.
That door is very tiny. We're not going to be able to go through that.
It's from The Hobbit.
It's like you can tell Kallio had obviously played Super Mario 64 and remembered Tiny Huge Island vividly. Like, especially the room where, like, you enter the level and you get the choice of paintings with, like, the tiny and large hallways that are optical illusions.
Yeah. Or what's that one game where you can change the size of things when you shift the perspective?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but I forget the name of it too.
Yeah, it's called something like Perspective or something.
Yeah.
But it's kind of similar to that, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we killed the first target. I believe he was the one in charge of the narcotics department, which means he is also as the briefing describes, wholly responsible as well for the current state of the second target. And also he has his own mini putt-putt golf course. What an asshole.
So, you know, the golf training, we're pretty much justified in killing him just for that alone.
Yeah.
No one who has ever owned one of those has been a good person. It's just simple mathematics.
It's like it becomes your moral duty at that point to just, like, take a bag of cement and fill in that hole. Yeah,
just beat them to death with the golf club. Or possibly the actual mat. It'll take longer, but it'll be more satisfying. Don't ask how I know this.
Yeah, you can tell, like this level, it inspires a certain tension and fear that, like, none of the previous levels have, like, done quite the same.
Yeah, this stage reminds me, oddly enough, of Manhunt, because first time I played that, I often found myself the first time I played it properly, I thought this game is, like, ridiculously tense. Still do in certain places.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's going to be a threat around the corner, but you don't necessarily know where or when it's going to be. And this entire map is just that over and over again. And yeah, it kind of shreds your nerves the first time you play it.
Definitely. I mean, like, with all, like, the majority of the enemies in this game all being ones that either have, like, shotguns or revolvers.
Magnums.
Yeah, I mean, just look at that. I took just one shot from, like, one of their magnums. God, so many cops.
Tasty, tasty cop flesh.
For real though, like that room is like the part that was like kind of like demoralizing when I got through that the first time for the recording was like I shot a grenade in there because the grenade launcher, it doesn't just shoot like produce a regular explosion, it produces a gas cloud. It is a chemical weapon.
Yeah.
But it seemed to like alert them but miss. I have no idea why.
I've had it basically bounce off the back wall to right in the middle, but still managed to miss everything.
Yeah. Which is a shame, because that grenade launcher is like a fantastic weapon for dealing with large crowds.
Yeah, the previous mission with all the general staff in the middle with like half a dozen actual enemies, great for clearing that area out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is what I was talking about when I said that the game will just throw in random hidden doors with absolutely no hint that there might be anything there until you walk right up to it.
Yeah, and that one, like, I only knew it was there because I had, like, found it from the other side, you know? Because the route I'm taking here is not even, like, the way you're intended to find it. In this, like, nightmare spiral, as we shoot a psychic soldier in the back before he can see us. Because this gets back to what I was talking about, actually, where the mantra with this game is if anyone sees you, you die, but it's not a stealth game. Those psychic soldiers, if they make line of sight, they distort and like tunnel vision your FOV and can sometimes cause you to just automatically fire off your entire clip.
If you've ever played Stalker, very similar to the Psycho Flex or what's it?
Right, yeah.
I forget what they're called, but they're basically dwarves with psychic powers that completely fuck you up.
There's a second target. Apparently that's what an overdose of narcotics does to you.
Turns you into a fleshy bouncy castle?
Yep. Appropriate, considering that's actually the name of the enemy, Bouncy Castle.
Weird.
Which is... Yeah, I feel deeply uncomfortable describing such a thing as that.
Like a bouncy castle made of intestines and scrap meat.
Yeah, there's another one.
But enough about my wife. Hi-yo!
Oh god. So yeah, the route I just took is like going through like that vent and down there. Like that's also another instance of what you were talking about of like hidden doors that you won't realize unless you're brushing up against them, because that took me a while before I found like that hidden door on the ground that you can then like take the vent into the room with the other targets.
Yeah.
Like the most likely route you probably will find the first time is if you go up a different flight of stairs to the second floor and go into like a vent that's near the ceiling where it drops you into his room.
Oh,
because that's how I first found them.
Is that the sort of semi-hidden path that you're talking about? Where you have to climb the walls?
Yeah, it's the one where it's like there's like a kind of ledge that you can like kind of that is very small. It's very small, but your hitbox still allows you to walk across it. Also, I like to call this the Benny Hill scenario I did just now, because I just ran through a bunch of rooms in a circuit and like funneled all these cops in like into different spots, and they could not find me, and I just shot them all. Yeah, it's crazy part is, I am not lying when I say this, when we get to the end result screen for this mission, I will have technically killed every single enemy. The first and I think only time this happens in the playthrough.
Yeah. Generally speaking, hunting down every enemy is advantageous, but generally more trouble than it's worth.
Yeah. For this level, with all its samey corridors, it's absolutely a liability the first time. Again, having the life sensor aids in that. But, like, the thing that also helps with that especially is, like as you've seen with, like, the old, the results screen from the other times I had died, is, like, there were technically 10 civilians in this level. I also somehow managed to not get any of them killed, and that's because most, if not all of, well, the majority of them, there's those 2 janitors in the basement, but the majority of them are all in the holding cells.
That's right. You can just wander in there and start killing everyone if you want. But
yeah, because there's no consequence. It's just a tally on the scoreboard, but it literally has no effect on your payout.
And if I remember correctly, there's not even anything in the holding cell, so you have no reason to be down there unless you just wander in there by accident. Which you probably will your first time. Your first 10 times even.
Yeah, and like most of these NPCs now are already spooked, but they're all the normal, like, random ones. There's actually a Cruelty Squad HQ member that's also in here, who just got unfairly arrested for someone like spying into his private dwellings and did not like what they see.
That has actually happened in real life. There's been a couple of cases of someone getting out of the shower, not bothering to close the blinds or put on a bathrobe or something, and they've been reported and arrested.
Yeah, like I just knew, like instinctually, like when I saw that that dialogue play out, I was like, this hurts because I know that this had to have been real and happened before.
Yep, it sure has.
Might as well give a demonstration of the revolver, even though there was no practical use for it during the combat. This kind of freaked me out.
Ghost bullets.
It fucking... okay, it literally confused me to that degree because I know that there is an implant that, like an augment that you can get later on that is specifically designed to ricochet all bullets. I did not fucking realize that ricocheting bullets was like an innate property of that goddamn revolver.
See, I never used the revolver. I know it's meant to be like one of the most powerful guns in the game, but when you've got a chance of killing everything in one shot anyway, who cares?
That and the revolver, like when you press the button, you see the hammer and like pull back and like the chamber rotate because they do it in a way where it's supposed to be like building up the anticipation to the shot. Yeah. Which you can see why I did not use that in actual combat, because that would just kill me.
It's a liability.
Yeah, it's only really useful if you just want to flex on an enemy where like they haven't seen you yet, and you know it's going to kill them anyway.
Yeah, like I said, it's one of the most powerful regular weapons in the game, but good luck using it in a firefight.
Hey, remember that mention of a flashlight? We can actually get one, and it's usable. We Doom 3 now.
No, this is a good game.
Yeah. Yeah, but then again, like, unfortunately, this is another similarity to Doom 3. It does not have music by Trent Reznor. It almost got it, but it didn't.
Well,
Look at that! All enemies killed, 0 civilians lost. Pretty much the only fucking time I ever do that in this game.
Yeah,
like,
with me, it's usually all civilians lost, maybe half the enemies killed.
Yeah, again, like you say, that like life is cheap, if not literally in the negative value in this universe. It does not matter.
Well, if they didn't want to get shot, they shouldn't have had their bodies made of such delicious, nutritious meat.
If they didn't want to get shot, they should not have gotten arrested for public indecency, even though they were in the privacy of their own home and be in a holding cell while all the cops are getting murdered.
That too.